My story is I have 17 years of door-to-door experience.
Yeah.
I've knocked in 25 states all over the country with only products that I believe in: educational, cancer insurance, home alarms and automation, and then residential solar. And so I've built, trained, managed teams, and knocked on over 100,000 doors. And so this is the approach that I use. It's knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Hey, I was supposed to catch the boss man. Are you Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make this fast. Sorry for bothering you. My name's Matt, and please don't hold this against me. I'm a redneck Jew from southern Indiana. But I'll get to the point. I'm actually here on my own dime and my own time. I'm volunteering for one of the presidential campaigns. Have you been watching what's going on at all?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I've been paying attention, but I'm still an undecided voter.
Okay, so are you somebody that actually caucuses?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Well, it's pretty simple. If this catches your interest, cool. If not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. So you're an undecided voter. Are you leaning anywhere? Kind of like, what's your top 3 or top 5 so far? And if you don't have that, that's fine.
Buttigieg, Warren, Biden.
Okay. So what are the policies or the qualities, or why is it that you like them?
I'm too deep in character. I don't have answers
Okay.
to those fake questions.
Right, so-
That's great.
So what I do is so that's my intro, right? So what happened was, if a woman comes to the door, I say, "Are you the boss lady?" I don't say, "Are you the boss lady?" I was supposed to catch up with the boss lady, and we already have their name.
Yeah.
Are you blah blah blah, right? So when you say boss man or boss lady, immediately they're like, "Of course I am," right? Because what are they thinking when somebody knocks on their door? They're thinking, "Who is this? What are they doing? And how long is it going to take?" Right? And so I'm speaking to the questions that they are thinking. So that's why I said quickly, I'll be fast. This is gonna be real quick, right? I said that twice at different points, right? And then I tell them who I am and what I'm doing there. So I'm answering the questions that they're thinking. At the same time, I'm interjecting some self-deprecating humor, which is, in this case, it would be NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, where I'm breaking their train of thought, and now they're here with me. Because while they're thinking those things, and they're not thinking them consciously, while they're like, who is this? What is he doing? How long does it take? They've probably got dinner cooking. They've probably got all these other things going on. And so I have to have something that's going to break their thought process and have them focused here to give me 15 more seconds, 30 more seconds to get into the questions, to actually start engaging them in a conversation.
Yeah,
So,
that was perfect.
yeah? All right.
And the reason that how you ran out of answers shows how you were in the moment. You weren't thinking, like, you couldn't think about dinner, you couldn't think about your kids, you were thinking about this moment, and that's because you don't know the answer, you kind of ran out.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Right, so today I had a guy, Larry, and well, actually, let's go with Donald, and he didn't tell me who his top 3 were or top 5 were. He was like, yeah, I've been kind of paying attention, but not really. And so I started asking him, what matters to you? What topics? What subjects? And so he told me that it wasn't prescription, it was healthcare. Healthcare was very important to him. So I said, I totally understand where you're coming from. You know, me personally, I'm on Obamacare, and it would cost me $400, but now I only pay $140 because I don't make enough money, and I have really crappy healthcare. Right? So he told me his story, that he works for the University of Iowa, and he pays $34 a month, and he's got really good healthcare. But what he's concerned about is when he retires, how expensive it's going to be. I'm like, I had no clue that my parents are paying over $1,000 a month each for their health insurance.
That's right.
Right. When you get older, your health insurance costs go through the roof because you're more likely to use it, right? So it's through the roof. So he's concerned about that. So I talked about, Andrew Yang is for Medicare for all, but it's more universal health care, and his goal is to reduce costs of health care while increasing the quality of it, right? And so I interjected a story about my parents, which he can relate to. They're already in the situation that he's moving towards, right? And then I brought in Andrew Yang about it. So question, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Question, listen. And then you're going to ask general questions, and then you're going to dive deeper into it to find those pain points. You find out what's really scary for them or what really pains them, and then you talk about a story whether it's yours or somebody else or a fake story, it doesn't really matter, that they can identify with based around the topic, healthcare or whatever it is, and then you bring in the solution, Andrew Yang. And here's his policy, and here's what it will do for you. Right? And then I say, what else? What other subjects or topics matter to you? Right? And then I do the same thing. Ask more questions to get more specific, bring in a story that they can relate to, and then bring in, here's the solution. Boom.
So how do you close it out then? Say everything goes great.
So I'm inputting all this stuff.
They're not guaranteed to go great.
I'm taking notes, and I'm gonna record all this stuff. And so then I try and get their phone number, their email address, so that I can pass that on to the campaign, either on one of the forms that we have, or directly into the app, Minivan, so that somebody can actually follow up with them by phone or online, and then I leave them a flyer. And I will end it by saying, what can I do? And I can't pay you, sorry, but if there's anything else, what can we do to earn your vote so that you will caucus for Andrew Yang? And then they'll tell me, they'll say, there's nothing, or I need to do more research, or whatever it is. But like, I give that one last effort. And so with these people, because I'm gonna be here for 20 days, I'm here to the 14th, and I'm going back to Indiana for a week, and I'll be back. I have to turn in signatures to get Andrew on the ballot, et cetera, et cetera. Then I'll be back on the 22nd, give or take, through caucusing. So I'm gonna follow back up with these folks again to commit them to caucus for them, because we already have that relationship built, right? So it's catch their attention, make them laugh, answer those questions that they're thinking about, general questions about what's important to them, get deeper into it to find that pain point, stories that they can relate to, and then here's the solution, Andrew Yang, for every single thing.
It's a good pitch right there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Where in Indiana are you at?
Southern Indiana, Bloomington, where Indiana University is.
I went to Bloomington for 6 fucking years.
You went to IU?
Yes!
Are you serious?
Yes!
That's awesome.
Yes!
Yeah, I live by the mall. We have a tiny farm there.
Oh my
where we
God!
grow organic fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
And
that was my
animals.
first city after came out of boat from China.
Wow, that's an incredible city.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
what
I
an
thought
introduction.
the entire United States is just like that,
Yeah, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Bloomington is like a real gem.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, his dad actually taught at IU
Oh.
up until the early 2000s.
Yeah, great.
So.
Yeah, I went to music school.
Jacobs is incredible. My girlfriend's actually a MFA student in the theater program. She directs plays.
Oh yeah.
So, and actually a friend of mine from high school, she's in administration in the Jacobs School.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Wonderful,
very cool.
wonderful,
So
yeah.
where'd you live?
I lived on 923 South Mitchell Street.
How the, I can't remember my addresses.
Awesome. Awesome.
Very cool.
Wow. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
So I hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely.
But in the end,
Definitely.
there's two things you can control. You can fuck up your approach. You can screw up everything else. All you control is your attitude and your effort. So you can control what time you start, what time you stop. You can control how many doors you knock on, and you control how well or how poorly you treat people. So work hard and treat people well, and put your confidence in your effort, not your results, and the results will come.
Did you ever get into a situation that it's very embarrassing or people treat you badly?
I don't get embarrassed because I don't care about what people think. I mean, as a door-to-door salesman, you have to almost develop that, right? Yeah, I've had guns pulled on me occasionally. Well, only really once did I have it, but I've had known people had guns behind the door, so I'm like, here's what I'm doing, have a nice day.
Yeah.
But no, overall,
Yeah.
90+% of people are nice,
Uh-huh.
are really fucking cool.
I see.
And if you catch somebody that's a dick,
Uh-huh.
they're probably and this is what I say to myself, they're probably a really nice person. I just caught them on the wrong day. Because
Yeah.
you have no idea if they just lost their job,
Right.
if they just were in a fight with their spouse, if their kid just got expelled from school. You have no idea what's happening in their life. And I actually take it as an honor, because I would rather them be pissed at me and take out their energy on me than on their family, than on somebody they care about. So I look at it when somebody's pissed at me, that I'm doing a service. Right? So instead of being like, fuck them, blah, 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 I flip it around saying, I'm doing a good thing for them, and they're probably a great person. I just caught them on the wrong day. Because do we all not slip up? Do we all? Well, maybe not, but I know I slip up and I yell at somebody that I love when I don't mean to, or I treat somebody poorly when they didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with them. It has to do with me, right? So the same thing on the doors. Yeah, people will occasionally be mean to you, slam a door in the face. So what? Just be a duck. A duck. So ducks, water run. If it's raining, it just runs right off of them. And you see a duck and it's moving across a pond. It looks super calm, but what you don't see is underneath the water, its feet are going crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what you want to be. You want to be a duck. You're moving super hard, but you're cool, calm, and collected. You're like a Cadillac. You don't feel the bumps in the road.
Yeah.
You just keep moving forward. So.
How did you become an NGN supporter?
I saw him in one of the debates, and then I started to do more research. And then I listened to a couple of podcasts, and I'm a buyer, and so I was like, oh yeah. And I've never donated. I voted, but I've never been politically active. Yeah, and so I just dove all in. I mean, I think it was end of July, early August that I found out about him, and so I started. Like 2 weeks later, I went to a Democratic meeting about delegates. I had no clue what a delegate was. Didn't really care. I just knew I could get 10 to 15 signatures to get them on the ballot easily there, right? And then I started holding signs outside of basketball games and other large events to increase name recognition. Yeah.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Yes.